Hey YouTube, back still here driving down the highway, a little nicer now out of traffic, and you can see some nice scenery here. Look around, a little cloudy today. You got some thunderstorms going, it looks like, out in certain areas, which can always be beneficial. But looking to talking some more here, going off on another rant. Let's talk about taxes. And article I saw today or yesterday on the Olympians that get a medal get taxed by the IRS. At least that's the way they explained it. When they come back, or like immediately, they get taxed on that. The IRS holds that against them like a gift or a winnings, I guess. And this is just bizarre when you think about it. It's not even, it's not even income or anything. It has no monetary value, really. Really it's the value of a gold medal to the individual is far above what any monetary value I would imagine. But, or historical value with Michael Phelps, you can imagine, with all his gold medals. But it's just bizarre how we've got to this point where taxes are levied on everything, or the IRS thinks they can levy taxes on everything, unimpinged, when it's not even an income generating item. It's something they were given, and that only if they sell it could they, exchange money for that item. Could they? Because it's not like they were working and exchanging their labor for profit. That's not even what they were doing, which is, we can talk about this all day, I guess. I have my feelings about taxes, as immoral as they are, especially our current system. You have the IRS, a private collection agency, collecting for a private bank, basically the Federal Reserve. It's just bizarre. And now we're taxing people who win a medal that's not even involved in commerce. And obviously they're talking about the new health care law. The IRS is going to be a collection agency for them, imposing the fine. If you don't have health care, the IRS is the collection agency for that. And that's how I guess there were several thousand IRS agents, including in the health care bill. So this goes to show you how far off the rails we are from where we should be, or our founders intended us to be as a nation. Somebody was talking today about people posted online about this subject, and people were chiming in about, when the rich need to pay their fair share, and those people were chiming in about taxes are too high and taxes need to be lowered for everybody. And I just had a comment there. It's like, our founding fathers would be appalled at an income tax, that people could be taxed and have their money taken from them before they even see it. It's just it's immoral in a lot of ways. You go down that rabbit trail quite a ways and look at it. We didn't even have an income tax for the first 140 some odd years after the Revolution. From the Confederation to the Republic, there was no income tax. And our founders would be appalled at an income tax, I believe. They'd be appalled by the federal government, which is what the income tax is allowed us to get this monstrosity that we have, along with the Federal Reserve endlessly printing money. But the taxes, this is definitely out of control. I know at the end of the year I basically don't pay any income tax because of the return I get. But I really wish none of us would pay any income tax to begin with. The best, you can always do more with what you have, and it would definitely benefit everybody. But the taxes just get out of control. Everybody wants to be taxed on something, and the thought that the government has a right to your money before you even do is what we're currently in with the income tax, where it gets withdrawn from your check before you even see it, before it hits the bank. The government has already placed a lien on basically your property. That is your property because you exchanged your labor for a good and service, or whatever it might be. Whether you're working or providing service or your labor, and they get a lien on it, and that's ridiculous. Basically, in an in-depth way, that's slavery. The government has a lien on your labor and saying you're only limited to this much profit. pretty ridiculous. But so that's the thoughts on taxes. So how y'all feel? Hopefully everybody else is as opposed to the taxes as I am, and hopefully we get the system changed one day, because there's definitely nothing good about it. It only encourages out of control government spending, which we see where that's leading us, and that death trap that's fallen into with endless spending. So we definitely need to go away. We need to. And I'm not exactly sure about the excise taxes that how we used to operate under before 1913 and everything, or before the income tax actually, in the early 1920s or whatever. I'm not sure exactly how excise taxes and everything and how we funded the government before that, but there was a process there, and it worked. We weren't in endless debt, that's for sure. We seemed to get by all right. I mean, people had transportation, people were able to get around and go where they wanted. I don't think that just because we invented the car, or because we had these things called automobiles, that we needed to have a tax so we could make roads. That's really ludicrous. It really is. And in reality, talk to the federal government. I mean, if the state wants to have income tax, really that's the state's prerogative. I would encourage against it. And I'm fortunate to live in a state that doesn't have an income tax, but it's just when you look at it, all the excuses people have for levying these taxes are something that could better be done at a lower level. Speaking from the federal government, I mean, there used to be things called toll roads, and toll roads were levied by local governments or businesses or people who made the road. Private entrepreneurs would make a road. The Kentucky Turnpike, I think, was one of those. I think it's what it was called back in, talking about early 1800s. Entrepreneur put some effort in, made a road, levied a toll. If you want to use his road, pay the toll. And if we operated under that system, we might see actually some better roads and maintenance of roads than we do now, because we all know that free enterprise always wins out over what government can do, because they never do it based upon what is need. They do it based upon some magical government formula, it seems like, because they never seem to get it right. It doesn't seem like does do that. So taxes, let's get rid of the income tax at a minimum. Let's see what we can do about getting to a more sane, rational, and moral way of funding the necessities of government and not the excesses of government. And definitely don't be levying taxes on somebody who wins a medal who hasn't generated any income. It's just ludicrous, and definitely needs to end. And if you're an IRS agent out there, I'm sorry, but we need to get rid of your job. I'm sure you can find another good job as an accountant at some big firm or something once all this money got freed up to be spent in the market the way it's supposed to be spent. So y'all have a good day. We'll continue the drive time up here. The view gets a lot better up here, a little bit better, but still out here we're up on the north side of the Mojave, or the Mojave Desert, as Jerry Clower used to say. But y'all have a good one. Talk to you later.